Hi there, Ronnie here, coming at you with a video. The date of this video is the 20th of October, 2024. But if you look at some of the messages by some people on certain pages on Facebook, they're back in the Middle Ages at the very best. Yes, it's the homophobes in full force. Because the idea that two men or two women can actually love each other and don't require the other gender in order to have a fulfilling romantic relationship appears to befuddle them. They're befuddled by the idea for various reasons. Either they just never met a gay person knowingly, so they have no idea. Or they find it uncomfortable, in which case, if you're a guy and you find the idea of being with another guy weird, don't be with another guy. If you're a woman and you don't like the idea of being with another woman, don't be with another woman. Seems pretty straightforward to me. And then, of course, you'll get the ones who will state their claim based on religion. And I've done videos on this before, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much. But I'm getting annoyed at the willful ignorance. So let's lay it out. Are we really supposed to believe that if there's a deity up there, and yes, I am an atheist, yes, my fiancée is a Christian, there are some points upon which we do not agree with each other, but if there is a deity up there, and that deity has been correctly described in the Bible. Let's take Christianity, because that's sort of major religion in the West. If you actually accept that the deity, the God of the Bible, has been correctly described, I don't think that God has any right to judge anyone. That simple. And I don't go along with this, well, he's God, he can do what he likes. No, that's what tyranny is. That's the excuse used for tyrants. He's the most powerful, he can do what he likes. That's the might makes right tyrannical view that, quite frankly, any loving deity shouldn't be anywhere close to coming close to in a description. You can't be a benevolent tyrant. It's a contradiction in terms. But I find this idea spouted by some religions, and I suppose it's a way of tying up the loophole of couldn't he change his mind, which is to say, God is all. He is never changing. That's stupid. I'm sorry, but it is. The idea that you have a being of intelligence, of insight, of compassion, who isn't capable of turning that insight inward and looking at themselves and evaluating things and saying, you know what, it's kind of wrong about that. That's not living. That's an intellectual and emotional coma. It's existence, it's not living. Living is growth. Expanding, understanding, creating, changing. You're not the same person that you were 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago. The idea that a deity that's been around forever has never had so much as a change of mind ever just doesn't work in my head, which leads me to believe, and I throw this out as conjecture because I have absolutely no proof of this, so I don't put it forward as any sort of fact. There is no proof, there is no evidence to support what I'm about to say whatsoever. I'm throwing it out as conjecture. But assuming for a moment that there is a God, isn't it possible the Bible got him wrong? Isn't it possible a whole lot of people have got up to heaven and met with God, and God was like, yeah. See that bit in the book about not liking homosexuals? I didn't actually sanction that. That was you guys. That was you guys sort of speaking for me. I didn't approve of that. No. See that bit in the Bible where it condones slavery? No. That wasn't me. That was you guys again trying to justify it. Now that's a deity I'd be interested in meeting. I don't know whether I'd worship them, but I'd certainly be interested in meeting. Someone would at least turn round and say, yeah, see that bit? That wasn't me. Or in the alternate, you go up there and God says, yeah. You know why I sent all these people down with differing views? I was trying to get the point across. I was trying to do it subtle. This thing about slavery, I don't agree with that. This thing about homosexuals, don't agree with that. And I can't help but think this whole thing about you must be saved through Jesus Christ and all the rest of it. That says to me far more about the church and the institutions of the church than it does about God. Because I actually wonder if, if there truly is a deity up there, why the hell does that deity give a damn about whether or not you worship it or not? Why would any deity with any sort of self-esteem at all punish someone with eternal torment for not believing, not worshipping? Why? I mean, is this deity so insecure? What kind of deity is that? And this is my problem. The deity as presented seems so has such a fragile ego that I just don't get it. And I think that's why I've sort of balked at Christianity. Now, My fiance very much believes in a loving God. I don't think she takes a lot of the Bible very literally, which I think is a good thing. I think she believes in the Spirit rather than the Word, and that's fine. But I don't get why a good person would be sent to hell simply for the crime of not believing a deity existed. That seems nuts to me. And that seems to say more about churches wanting to swell their numbers and not actually about leading a good life. But I'm getting sick and tired of the homophobia. It's regardless of the fuel, it's just stupid now. And as more and more rights have been finally acknowledged and accepted and given to the LGBT community, the more you've got the conservative right bashing against it. Simply because they don't want equal rights in the world. They want special privilege. It's that old Orwell thing of everyone is equal, but some are more equal than others. But yeah, it's getting tiresome now, seeing it all, people having a go, just out of blatant stupidity and ignorance and hate and disdain. And there's enough of that in the world, folks. Let's try love instead, eh? Shall we?